We want information. 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 Who are you? You are number 6, Sue. I am not a number. I am a free man.
A thesis. 2020. A thesis. Many open secrets about mandatory options, intrepidness through effectiveness and scientific premise, systematic replacement of biological beings with technological advances in design. 0129, 2020. This is the first installment in a series of documented truths we hacked into the mainframe at Mount Weather. Very clever. I could explain the motives, but whatever. The government for the United Continents are currently conducting tests using genetics to address the problems of fallout. These superhuman/reptilites can withstand a full spectrum of UV without obtaining cancer. The rate at which they adapt to climate changes are rapidly astounding, and even more profounding is the predictions the scientists are giving. To compensate for the effects of fallout, they are being improved by adapting to radiation and chemicals by allowing for cracking in the genetics of their offspring. This means that with the improved incubation period, even if the SHR doesn't survive impact, its children will. Each generation is physically stronger than the rest. The implications of this are too large to address. A thesis. 0133-2020. The warring factions of hackers has been divided over the fact that we crack codes that could have devastating impact on humans. It's no secret they're implementing population control, and with the SHR, they can finally pass on their genetics through nuclear war, which they are planning. We meanwhile are having trouble breaking launch codes. The Genocidal Hackers Association, or GHA for short, has made a sport out of guarding global directives, making it hard for us to stop apocalypse. I have faith in the human race regardless of the Illuminated's history or the future of mankind. The division between communications experts makes me think to childhood and the debate over abortion in the last millennium. It was so easy. A thesis. 0205-2020, 6:10 p.m. World President Edward Michael Smith III announced today the scientific triumph of cloning advances. They knew we cracked the code, and as soon as we tried to go public, the teleweb was temporarily placed under the threat clause of the global constitution. Shock and Dessa were assassinated while I uploaded the anti-immune virus into the mainframe at Area 51. Side note, it's really weird we never saw such an obvious place for the meetings of the Skull and Bones to take place. The president also stated the corporation owners and landowning citizens would have first dibs on clone banks. Those warnings were right. Only the rich and landowners will get clones before they drop the Mirror X and release the plague cells. A thesis. 0205-2020, 8:15 p.m. Their computer fell to the faster than we had hoped. Their launch privileges are temporarily stopped solid. The clone banks have universal lineups, and as soon as the locales were announced, the riot broke out. The 5%ers faction has contacted us in hopes that we can find out which black areas are the first to be affected. First SHRs are expected in 3 weeks, but oh no, somebody's here, semicolon, close bracket.